Oh, good.
We're going chasing.
Hello there, and welcome to...
We're going chasing.
Hello now, and welcome to...
We're going chasing.
Now, we have a lot on the agenda, lads, so we'll cut the chase and get straight down to the business.
Hello and welcome to the latest episode of We're Going Chasing. We're back to our Cheltenham Antepost selections, and it's my turn this week to come up with a selection. They've been going reasonably well so far, Cillian.
Yeah, they have. There's been a bit of movement on all three, in fairness. Two of them have ran, and your one hasn't, but he's a bit of collateral form has helped him out. So he's been seen a few blue dots on odds checker.
Yeah, just to recap, Cillian had Gentlemansgame at 66 to 1, now 20 to 1. And Cillian had Minella Indo for the cross-country chase at 10 to 1, now 4 to 1. Is that correct, Cillian?
What is 4 to 1 Betfair? I'm not sure where he is anywhere else, but 4 or 5 to 1, I think, is the...
Yeah, okay. And then for myself, I've had one so far. It was Flooring Porter for the RSA, and he hasn't run yet. That was at 20 to 1, but now best price could even be 14 to 1, 16 to 1 maybe if one firm has it, but it's pretty much 14 to 1 every place now, and shorter and others. By the looks of it, Broadway Boy has obviously franked that form, and that's possibly the reason as to why he's been shortening. And now, this week, I'm staying in the novice chase division, and I'm looking at the 4-miler. When I was speaking about Flooring Porter the last day, I said in terms of this Antepost series and the horse I was picking, there was two key elements for me, and one of the key elements was that I wanted to make sure I was picking a horse that was running in a certain race. So at the end of this series, if I have 6 horses, I absolutely, number one goal is to have 6 runners. Obviously barring injury, but I definitely don't want to see them turn up at a different race. And then the other was regarding price. But I suppose as we're getting a bit closer to the festival now, the whole time, the value won't be as good as it was for Flooring Porter. But the one that I do like for this 4-mile chase is 3-card Bragg. I know the racing manager, I think she is Ella McNeil, has confirmed that this is the target for 3-card Bragg. So that's one big tick beside his name. Gordon has a great record in the race. He's won it 4 times. He's had another 2 or 3 placed. I know he's plus 31 in terms of SPs and that. So he's a great record in the race. 3-card Bragg has had 1 run over fences so far. It was at Fairy House where he was beaten less than a length by Corbett's Cross. Monty Starr was in behind him, and also Nick Rocket. And actually after that race here in the podcast, we were talking about it, and I was making the point that race could potentially have the RSA winner and the 4-miler winner. Because Corbett's Cross and Monty Starr, I felt both possibly had the potential to go to the RSA and to potentially win it. And 3-card Bragg and Nick Rocket could be likely types for the 4-miler. Nick Rocket would be a danger, obviously, if he turned up there. He's in my 10 to follow as well. But the key is that we know the 3-card Bragg is turning up there. He's 10 to 1, which is a very fair price. That's with Ladbrokes and with Carl. So if he shortens, we're recording here now at 6 o'clock on the 19th. If he's shortened, we'll say by midday tomorrow, this will be going out at 9 a.m. tomorrow. In terms of keeping record of things, I'd probably just write down the 9 to 1 on Bet365. But he is as short as 7 to 1 in a lot of firms. So I think 10 to 1 and 9 to 1 is good value on him. If you were to look back at his hurdle form last year, he always looked as if he was crying out for a step up in trip. I think that was the common theme. Everybody was saying it last year. Then he did get that step up and trip in the RSA last year, or in the Albert Bartlett last year, and went off 4 to 1 and was bet 5 lengths by Stay Away Faye. Now it's unclear as to how good that form really is. But I just think when you've got a confirmed runner there in the 4-miler, Jamie Codd, in all likelihood, although we haven't seen him riding yet this year, will be riding him. You'd expect 3-card Bragg to be Gordon's first string in the race. And yeah, he's a horse that I think is good value at this moment in time, and he's one that seems to be nailed on for that particular race.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. If he runs in the race, I don't know what, like, I know we haven't seen a lot from what Willie has, but like outside of maybe running Classical Dream or Fact to File, I wouldn't think any of Willie's 3 mile novices would beat him. To be honest, Fact to File would be the real danger, I suppose, but
Yeah,
like
but
he has
like,
a lot to prove.
yeah, on the day, if you were to go back and even look at it, Gordon's first string is usually quite short.
Yeah.
You know, and he should be Gordon's first string, and 10-1, he won't be the colour that on the day. I'd say probably around 4-1 would be a more likely price for him. So yeah, look, I think at this moment in time, he's a good bet for the 4 miler, and I'm happy to nail my colours to the mast with that one.
Yeah, best of luck with it.
So that's all from us for this week. Make sure to join us on the 23rd, Cillian, isn't it? No, the 24th. 24th. We've got declarations on the 23rd for racing on Stevens's Day and the 27th. So we'll have a preview for that on the 24th of December, Christmas Eve at 9 a.m. And then we'll also have a second preview for the second half of Christmas racing later in that week. But for now, that's all from us. Thanks very much for listening, and be sure to let us know in the comments what you make of that selection, and indeed our whole Antepost portfolio. Thanks very much.
Yep.
It's Honeysuckle and Rachel Blackmore, racing's golden jewel!